Broadcast for shooters, hunters, and gun enthusiasts. This is the Firearms Radio Network.
Hey, it's Nikki again here at SHOT Show 2014 in lovely Las Vegas, and right now we're at the Remington booth, and I am here with Chip, and Chip is going to tell us a little bit about what's going on with Remington this week at SHOT Show and some of their great features for 2014. Tell us a little bit, Chip, of what you've got.
Okay. Well, first of all, Remington has been in the gun business for almost 200 years,
yes.
And some people know, some people don't, that we were in the handgun business way back in the 1800s, but when we decided to get back in the handgun business, we said to ourselves, we don't want to be a company that makes handguns, we want to become a handgun company. And that really kind of states where we're going in the future. And to start that out, we looked back at our legacy and we thought, hey, we have some product in the past that really is a good way to segue into today's modern handgun, which brings up the Model 51, which we produced back in 1913. We looked at it, back then, I don't know if a lot of people are aware that we actually won some preliminary contests against the 1911 to replace the Colt revolver.
Way back in the day.
World War I hit, things happened, we didn't get around to finishing the contest, but the US Navy loved it. So that says, hey, let's look at that Pedersen design because there's something to it. So we did that, we came up with today's modernization of that handgun, which is the new R51. And it's mainly made for a concealed carry. It's a 641 platform, but we had a lot of things we put into the pistol that are unlike anything else in the market. One is being it had to be easy to operate for anyone, including women, small shooters, and so forth. Had to be easy to shoot, had to point instinctively, and as well, it had to be accurate and dependable, of course, because when you're up against it, you know what can happen. So that was our main frame. We wanted to design a pistol that's different than everything else out there that we knew we could build that basically fit those needs.
Yeah, well, I think it's very interesting that Remington has been around for such a long time, and that you initially had handguns, and you've kind of gotten into more of the shotgun market and the hunting gun market and things like that. So it's nice to see you come full circle with this new offering, and especially to all of you out there who are interested in concealed carry, or who may already be a concealed carry permit holder looking for a new gun maybe to add to your collection, or something that's really a good fit for you. This is definitely a good consideration. So tell us a little bit about, Chip, your background.
Okay.
What kind of brought you to the gun industry? Because I like for the listeners to know more about the people, not necessarily so much about the product, although it's very important, but I want to let them know that we're just great people in a great industry. So tell us about your story.
Okay, well, officially my title is Director of Product Management for Handguns. I oversee the development of handguns for all of Remington. Basically, it goes way back to, I'm a hunter and fisher from way back when. My grandpa and dad took me out when I was young, and I just got hooked on shooting. And
how old were you when you took your first shots?
Oh, I'd say probably 12.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not real young, but young enough.
Do you remember what you were shooting?
Yeah, I was trying to shoot rabbits. Trying is the key word.
What caliber were you shooting?
12 gauge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My grandpa gave me a single shot 12, and he said, you're not going to get a repeater until you learn how to shoot with one shot. So
there you go.
That's how I was brought into it. But anyway, I loved it and loved shooting, and ever since then I just knew I had to be involved. So I went through college, got a degree, and said, hey, that's where I'm going. And I just got lucky, got a couple of good breaks out of college, and here I am. So.
Very cool.
Yep.
What do you love so much about this industry that keeps you involved?
I think we're all just regular people. You know, I get up in the morning, I get to go to work and talk about what I love to do, and talk about that with people who love to do it. So it's just a great life.
Yeah. What would you say to people who might be watching or listening that are kind of on the fence about gun ownership? They're not really sure if this is something that they're interested in, but they're at least curious enough to be listening or watching right now.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it, I guess I'd have to say this: there's a lot of new customers coming into the handgun market, especially, and it's simply because there's an overall fear with society today, and I think as responsible Americans, people are realizing, hey, sometimes I may not be 5 minutes from help. You know, it may be in the home, it may be walking to the car, and I think there's a need for empowerment, and it's not about fear. You know, I think you've seen the advertisements. Sometimes people maybe tend to prey on the fear part of it, whereas we look at it totally different. We look at it as empowerment, where you're not afraid, or your neighbor's not afraid because they've taken the steps they need to prepare themselves, to defend themselves and their families. So that's where we came up with the Live Ready campaign, which we're launching this year. It's all about, it's a lifestyle, it's kind of our mantra, live ready and prepare yourself, and that's what it's all about, so we put that into our handguns.
Yeah, well, I've seen some of the videos and some of your ads for the Live Ready campaign, and I think they're great. They speak to the heart of a lot of Americans, to women, parents, all of the demographics that are perfect for gun ownership in the home or for personal defense. And so I applaud you for the strides that you're taking to make good offerings to the public, and can't wait to get my hands on the R51.
You will soon.
Put some rounds down.
Yep, we'll get you one.
Yeah, well, where can our viewers and our listeners go to find out more about Remington and the R51?
You can go to Remington.com. It'll have some information there. We're going to be shipping the R51 in February of this year, so we're going to be out there quick. And this won't be the last thing either. You're going to see some other things coming through from Remington, I'd say over the next year and a half, that are probably going to be as impactful as this is. So we're looking forward to it.
Very cool. Well, I'm always interested to see the latest and greatest coming from Remington, so we'll definitely be doing more about what's coming up. You can check back to firearmsinsider.tv and find some links to the Live Ready campaign videos and some more information as we go through the year in 2014. So hopefully, Chip, you'll come back and or I'll be back to talk with you a little bit more later, and we'll see how things are going for you guys.
Let's go do some shooting.
Yeah, let's do some shooting. Awesome. Well, we'll see you again. I'll be back with more interviews here at SHOT Show 2014.
This has been a production of the Firearms Radio Network. You can find more information at firearmsradio.tv.